It was a great old time. Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel called The Scream Season. This channel will all be about reviewing horror films mainly, but pretty much anything I like because I'm a horror slasher girly, but I also love, early 2000s fashion and sunflowers, and so I'm just a walking contradiction, really. Today, we're going to review the new slasher film Heart Eyes, and there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, I recommend maybe clicking away from this video if you don't want spoilers, but I saw it about 2 weeks ago now, so I think it's time. But if you weren't going to see it and you look at my review, maybe you'll change your mind. But first of all, let's get cracking. I'm a Diet Coke girly. Love it. That's really loud, sorry. So I had a lot of things that I loved about the film, and then I had a few things where I was like, oof, it's a bit cringe. So I'm going to go through all of it, but the main thing is that I was just happy we finally had another type of Valentine's Day themed / love themed slasher thrown into the mix, because really all we have is My Bloody Valentine, which I absolutely love, and fun fact, was also directed by a fellow Aussie. Kind of, not really Valentine's Day, but love-themed slasher, I guess, Cherry Falls. With the iconic Brittany Murphy. We miss you so much.
News flash, Mussolini.
And that's really it in terms of, like, the Valentine's Day themed slashers. So it's high time that Hollywood gave us another one. And it was really fun. The thing I loved about Heart Eyes is that it kind of feels like it was written first and foremost as just a solid romantic comedy, and then at the end they went back and were like, let's throw in a serial killer. I also love that the serial killer was established. He'd been around for like 4 or 5 years, and it really created a sense off the bat of, oh shit, here we go again. It's Valentine's Day is coming. Where is this guy going to be? And I liked that because it's not very often you walk into a movie where it's already established and then this heightened sense of, Valentine's Day. Heck is coming. I also like that it really made fun, especially in the first opening scene, of the whole Instagram couples and the overdone proposals and that. I think it was really aware that it was making fun of that, which was funny because, yeah, I think we live in a society now where everything's just for the Instagram, for the clicks, for the likes, but and it's a really romantic setting, but if you were there, you've just got some horrible, normally girlfriend being like, smile, do it this way, do it that way, and the guy's just like, oh, I wish I was anywhere else but here. So I liked that they kind of made fun of that because it's very true to life, and how she's like mouthing the words of the proposal because she told him what to say in a script. I thought that was really funny. All the lead actors. So I love Olivia Holt. I watched her in Cruel Summer. I thought she was really, really great. Mason Gooding, really liked him in this. I liked him in the new Scream, even though he's dead. Guys, if we've seen Scream 6, I know he's returning for Scream 7. He got stabbed like 37 times and left for like 45 minutes. There was someone who actually did the timeline. He is dead. If Randy died in Scream 2, then his character, I think Charlie, is dead and should not be coming back in Scream 7. But I really liked him in this. I think they gave him a chance to shine. I liked that he had a lot more depth. He was, playing the nice guy. And there were moments where I actually thought, oh, he's too nice. He's the killer. Like, oh, he's just coming out with all the lines. But then no, he actually really was the nice guy. And then you kind of go, okay, that was good. I was fully expecting for him to, in the reveal, be like, you thought I was a nice guy? There's no such thing. But he was. And so I really liked him. I thought they had great chemistry, which was nice. Oh, the mask I thought was really fun. I liked that it was quite simple, just with the hard eyes. I liked they didn't go too crazy and throw in pinks and reds. because it's a slasher film. But we had the light up eyes of red, which is very cool. And then there were night vision goggle type things. I was like, that is awesome. I did like the kills. I thought they were really fun, especially the opening kill in the winery where the girl inevitably locks herself in this contraption that she thinks is really safe, and then he's like, you've just made my job so much easier for me. Yeah, I'm just going to crush you. I thought that was really nice. And then in the third act, where, again, spoiler alert, I've already said this, Detective Shaw meets her end. I thought it was very poetic, where she's up against the statue of Saint Valentine, and like him, he was beheaded, she gets beheaded. I thought that was really awesome. There's not a lot of other kills that really, really stand out to me, but they were taken seriously, which I like. The people in the back of the van too, the whole time. You know, they're sitting here having this nice, you know, bonding moment, and the whole time the audience, which obviously was done on purpose, was like, look behind you! Behind you! Behind you! These people aren't having rough schmegs. They're getting killed, obviously. And the audience knew it. But we obviously can't have our main characters be too self-aware. Otherwise, it's not really a slasher film, is it? I also love the cinematography through the whole film. I thought it was really nice. It drew the line of pretty and romantic with the eeriness of the slasher. But in the third act, when they're at the church, I really loved that. I think it really popped on screen. It had amazing colours, the goth church, and the history of Saint Valentine, which if you look into it is actually quite brutal, but then it had, you know, some dying roses that were beautiful and red, and so visually I was like, oh, this is very nice to see on screen, and it was really pretty, and then, you know, we've got blood spewing. So the cinematography all throughout, but that final act was really, really nice. So some of my dislikes with the film, which there weren't many, was the third act, the final reveal of the killers. But I will preface this by saying my favourite films are the Scream films and the Halloween films. But the Scream films are iconic for their third act revealing the bad guy. And pretty much, with the exception, I think, of 6, which is an entirely different video, they get it spot on all the time. It's pretty much perfect every reveal. So I guess I'm a little snobbish. I grew up with those reveals being executed really, really well. And this reveal, mainly to me, the two issues I had was, you know, they reveal themselves and they reveal that they're married and that their kink is killing people. I just thought the dialogue was really cringy, and I don't often feel cringe. So when I was sitting there, like, recoiling in my seat, if I think it's cringe, it must be kind of bad, because I'm not someone who really gets cringe. But I thought the dialogue was cheesy, and then the fact that they're just kind of making out with each other. A kiss, I get, but they were just kind of going at it. And I'm like, you're at work, guys. We have business to do. So that kind of took me out of the whole thing for a few minutes, where I was like, oh, no. Also, in the very, very last scene, I had some issues. So they're in the car. It's 1 year later. So they've obviously been dating for a year. And he pulls out a box and proposes with a house key, saying, I think we should move in together. That I liked. And then she kind of Uno reverse cards him and says, no, let's just get married. Granted, yes, they probably are very close and they've probably trauma bonded through this whole thing. I think that was just a bit heavy on the mush. Like, move in together. But we don't need to propose. Like, a lot can happen. It's been a year. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was like, again, come on. Maybe in the end it could have been something a little bit funny, because it did have moments of comedy throughout it. And I wanted something in the end, like, romantic, but a bit light. I didn't want this, like, I love you so much. But I mean, it was fine. Just move in together. That's cool. So my overall thoughts on Heart Eyes was, it's a fun slasher film. It's a fun date night movie. It has good kills, good acting, good script overall. I recommend it to people. I think, like I said earlier, they wrote it really solidly as a romantic comedy and then went back and added the slasher element. Whereas some other movies, they try and be a whatever slasher. But the other element that they try to bring in, then they just phone it in. They're not really trying, and, you know, and I think this one did a good job, and it was genuinely two people falling in love on this night of chaos. So I really enjoyed it. Love the actors, and I think there's potential, because the Heart Eyes killer was an established killer. We could go back and do prequels. I think, you know, there's always, you could go back and do prequels of how it started, or you could do, you know, sequels of someone, you know, also being a scorned lover and donning the Heart Eyes mask. So there's lots of potential. It was a fun ride, and I recommend it. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. If you like more of that, do the whole, you know, like, subscribe, comment, because I actually want to talk to people in the comments about horror films. It's my favorite thing to do. I could talk for hours about it, and I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear if you didn't think it was cheesy, or you thought it was a big cheese ball. Any other movies you want me to do. I'm going to cover pretty much everything because I love them, but I thought Heart Eyes was a good place to start anyway. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what this lady has to say, because I got a lot of thoughts and opinions, and I got to share them with someone. Thanks, guys. Bye. We're out.